During the depth of the 80s action craze, one man faced impossible odds to wage his personal war against all that stood in his way. John Rambo, the tortured Vietnam War veteran turned relentless fighting machine, first graced the big screen in 1982 with First Blood. The concept clearly captured audiences' attention and ignited a zeitgeist of revenge action movies as one loner or outcast seeks justice by using brute force. Following Rambo's success, for over a decade, Hollywood tried to cash in on the character's overall vibe and created more troubled renegades battling corruption. Some were blatant ripoffs, others put a modern spin on the formula. But they allowed some degree of influence to the original. In this list, we take a look at 9 of the best Rambo spin-offs, both official and unofficial. 9. Steele Justice, 1987. In Steele Justice, Martin Kove plays John Steele, a Vietnam vet struggling to adjust to civilian life. He finds himself drawn back into action when his best friend, Lee, is murdered by drug dealers. Steele is determined to get to the bottom of the chase, and his investigation leads him to General Quan, a former comrade turned powerful drug lord. Now, Steele seeks revenge for Lee's death and strives for justice. 8. Deadly Prey, 1987. Director David A. Pryor's brother, Ted Pryor, leads this movie as Mike Danton, a Vietnam War veteran who is kidnapped by a group of mercenaries working under the ruthless Colonel Hogan. He's taken to a remote forest and is used as bait in a deadly training exercise. However, Danton eventually decides to fight back, and using his combat and survival skills, he turns the tables on his captors. 7. Thunder Warrior, 1983. Thunder Warrior is an Italian-language action thriller with a premise dangerously close to First Blood. It follows the story of Thunder, a Native American who returns to his hometown to find that an ancestral burial ground is being destroyed by a construction company. When his attempts to stop them are met with violence, Thunder takes matters into his own hands and does everything in his power to honor his people. 6. Missing in Action, 1984. The first in a series of movies centered around the Vietnam War POW MIA issue, Missing in Action follows Colonel James Braddock, a Vietnam War veteran haunted by his experiences as a prisoner of war. Despite having escaped the situation himself, Braddock believes that American soldiers are still held captive in Vietnam, and with the help of an old friend, he returns to the country to rescue them. But first, he must confront General Tran and his brutal forces. 5. Sniper, 1993. An entertaining wild ride, Sniper follows a seasoned Marine sniper named Master Gunnery Sergeant Tom Beckett. He is paired with an inexperienced shooter, Richard Miller, for a high-stakes mission in the Panamanian jungle, to find and eliminate a rebel leader and a drug lord. The two men navigate the treacherous terrain, but tensions rise between them, eventually leading to a game of precision and nerves. 4. Commando, 1985. In Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays John Matrix, a retired Special Forces colonel, who is living a quiet life after having retreated from action. But when his daughter, Jenny, is kidnapped by mercenaries, his retirement is stabbed with a cold knife because her abductors demand that Matrix carry out an assassination. He embarks on a relentless mission to take down anyone who stands in his way to rescue Jenny. 3. The Stabilizer, 1986. Set against the backdrop of Thailand, The Stabilizer is another whirlwind of an action movie filled with car chases and gunfights. It centers around Peter Goldson, also known as the Stabilizer, an FBI agent on the path of revenge. His mission? To take down Gred Rainmaker, the notorious drug smuggler who killed Goldson's pregnant fiancée with his spiked shoes. Goldson teams up with Christina, the daughter of a professor, and tries to take down the Rainmaker for good. 2. Shooter, 2007. Shooter takes the Lone Warrior narrative and gives it a modern twist. We follow Bob Leeswager, a retired Marine sniper, who is pulled back into the field to protect the President of the United States from an assassination attempt. After reluctantly agreeing, Swagger is double-crossed and framed for murder, which forces him to go on the run. At the same time, Swagger uses his expert survival skills to uncover the corrupt network of mercenaries and clear his name. 1. Rebel Ridge, 2024. Terry Richmond is a former Marine who arrives in the corrupt town of Shelby Springs to bail out his cousin, only to have the bail money seized by the police. Desperate to set things straight, he registers a complaint with Chief Sandy Byrne. However, as he delves deeper into the town's corruption, he discovers a web of deceit that's affecting the lives of many. With the help of Summer, a court assistant, Terry exposes the truth and brings justice.